And a response? You guys are about to see legends! Let's get this thing rolling without any further delay. So I'm going to bring up this first lady, pure class. Still gorgeous to this day. Oh, she gets better with age. She's just, I'm going to try this. Don't mock me, okay? She's perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet for Miss Julie Newmar. Julie, welcome to Phoenix and thanks for coming. Oh, they're just not around. Let's keep the show going. You ready, Julie? So this next gentleman I'm going to bring up will forever be known as that 15-and-a-half-year-old boy who played the Boy Wonder. He has now gone on to operate the largest giant breed dog rescue in the world. He's gone from the Cape Crusader to the Canine Crusader. Holy autographs is Burt. Ladies and gentlemen. All right. Yeah. Anyone else? Can we just bring anyone else up? Although this guy doesn't need any introduction, he pays me well to give him one anyway. We know him as the mayor of Quahog. We know him with countless voices, but we know why we're here today. He is the classic, and in my heart, the only Cape Crusader Batman. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam West! Class of 1966 Batman cast. Make some noise, Adam West, Julie Newmar, and Burt. All right, so we've got some mics set up at the front of the room. We're going to have to cut it short today because right after this, I'm going to tell you this now and I'll remind you guys about this later. There's a photo op to have your chance to get a picture taken with Adam, Burt, and Julie together. We'll be doing that right after this panel. From there, we're going right over to the table to shake hands, sign autographs, and say hello to everyone. So, welcome. So they've graciously agreed to answer questions about anything except Batman. So ask what you want and they'll, no, I'm kidding. I'm going to start right on this side. We're going to get this going.
Oh, we don't say hello, Andrew?
Yeah, I'm sorry, Adam. We've been stuck in traffic for the last half hour. I forgot to say hello.
It's okay to say hello?
Absolutely.
What are you people doing in my room? You know, it took us an hour to get here from the hotel. How did you do it? You're here. You guys all made it. This is wonderful. And, thank you so much. And believe me, we love you too. That's what I was about to say. You've been the best fans for what, 40 years? And you guys don't look that old.
All right, who we got, sir? Right here, kneeling down.
Andrew,
Adam.
Please, could we say hello?
Hello, Adam. Welcome from Canvas.
Hey, look,
He's got a gun. Okay.
Look.
Hold tight, sir. Hold tight. I'm coming over to this gentleman. I'll come right back to you. Go ahead, sir.
All right, so this year we're celebrating the 75th anniversary of the Batman character. For many people, Adam, you were their original Batman, including myself. So you introduced that character to so many people, and the character of Batman means so much to so many. I wanted to know what the character of Batman means to each of you.
Money. Let me just say first, let me correct you a little bit. I was not the original Batman. I'm not that old, baby. But, no, they had two Batmans in those movie serials, in black and white, before we came along, and burst forth in all our color splendor. But I was the, first television and first movie Batman. Absolutely the classic Batman. The bright light.
Burt, Julie, any feedback on that?
Fun! Nothing's been more fun than being Catwoman. Alright, how many of you girls have dressed up as Catwoman any time in your life? Alright, how many guys have you? Oh, I love you, you got such good taste. Catwoman is forever. There'll be a Catwoman 20, 50, 100 years from now. Right, Robin?
Well, for me, it was a lot of fun working with great actors and actresses like Adam and Julie and many of the other guest villains that came on Batman. We all had a great time. It was an exciting show to do. It appealed to all ages. For kids, it was the hero worship. For adults, the nostalgia of the comic book. And for the teenagers and the college kids, it was the double meanings and kind of campy style where we said one thing. In fact, we used to say that we put on our tights to put on the world. In fact, Adam and I think,
well,
were the
why were you
only...
wearing your underwear over your tights?
Well, we wore our underwear on the outside of our clothes.
Honey?
Yeah, that's what we did. So that was a lot of fun for all of us, and we're glad to be here. Phoenix is a beautiful city, and you guys are cool people. I have to stay between Julie and Adam to keep things G-rated here.
Let's go to our friend from Kansas over here.
All right, Adam, Burt, Julie, you guys are awesome. I grew up with you guys, and I learned a lot of morals and everything else from you guys, and you really have had an impact in my life. So I wanted to ask you,
You're saying you turned out okay?
Are
you on parole?
It's even. I have to have a meeting with my parole officer after this, so. I learned that from the Joker. But I wanted to ask, are you guys, all still friends? I know you guys meet at stuff like this, but do you guys go out to lunch or something like that every once in a while? Get a bad burger together?
No, because he won't pick up the check.
We ate your meal and my lunch and your dinner.
Thanks for the question, sir. We're going to go on to this side of the room over here, this gentleman. Where are you from, sir?
I'm from Phoenix, Arizona. My question is for Burt Ward. Out of all of the holy Batman phrases you had to say, which was the most difficult to keep a straight face with the whole time?
That's a good question. There were so many of them, and all of them were tied to the situation that we were doing. In other words, it wasn't just an abstract. So we had many writers on Batman, and some of them really understood what we were doing, and some of them didn't get the message. So we had to.
That's the answer.
Give them a little background. So for me, there wasn't. I mean, the holies were actually very easy as long as they made sense, and I didn't have to change them. But we did have some lines that were really difficult to say. So, and because my character said them energetically, I'll give you one of the lines I had was, haven't you some anti-ballistic black flats in your utility bill, Batman? You tried to say that.
We got someone at this side of the room? Sure, yeah.
Adam, hi. I'm Michael from Arizona. and I've really enjoyed a lot of your animation work. I think you're a wonderful voice actor. One of my favorite roles that you took on was in an episode of Kim Possible, where you played a TV actor, a former TV actor, who became the Fearless Ferret and was mentoring the next generation Fearless Ferret. That episode was based on a show called Batman Beyond, which is about the next generation Batman. And there's been talk about Batman Beyond becoming a live action movie. So I was wondering if they did make a Batman Beyond movie, if you would be interested in coming back as Bruce Wayne.
Just call me. Yeah, of course. Because we have our own, I guess you'd say, feelings as actors when you develop a role. You become either enamored of it or you don't like what you did so much. All these things are working. And, I'd love to play Bruce Wayne again, even animated. And do it maybe in a little different way to bring it up to date. Now, I'm talking too much about that. I'm going to give you an acting lesson in a moment. Next question.
All right, sir. Well, good morning, Adam.
Good morning.
Burt and Julie. My question is for Adam. When might we see Burt on Family Guy? Like running against Mayor West for the mayoral seat.
Did you pay him?
Yeah.
You paid him, okay. But that's a very good idea. And I've seen
Mayor West. So.
What?
Because you're actually one of the only reasons I watched that show.
I'm not involved in the casting at all. But what's happening with us is interesting. And kind of a sidebar here. There are billboards of us as Batman and Robin all over the country now, at bus stops and so on. Even on Sunset Boulevard, there's this huge, what they call, actors' ego board. It's because we were selected to represent the three of us, the 60s, and all those amazing things that were happening. CNN has produced by Tom Hanks, a documentary, if you will, about us and others in the 60s. And we did try to reflect the time as best we could with our show, with its bright Andy Warhol type colors, the music, everything that was going on, and the satiric elements. And, I could go on. I don't want to bore you with this because I know that we just tried to bring you a comedy that you could enjoy for years and years.
I think 48 years is doing pretty good, that's for sure. To my left, over.
Hi guys. What do you think of the evolution of your characters from your Catwoman, Robin, Batman, all the way to the upcoming Dawn of Justice?
The evolution, how do you feel about how the characters changed over the years from the way you guys portrayed it to what it's become now?
They come from light and funny times in the 60s when there was a lot of hope and we were living in a marvelous world. It was Kennedy, it was great arts and everything, and then we had Vietnam. And then we had the Dark Ages, and then we had the Dark Batman, and then they had the Darker Batman. You want to live a long life? Have fun. Don't stay in fear and don't let anybody scare you, and that goes for all the politics.
What? We have, of course, observed the changes. And it's become dark and gothic and highly explosive and special effects. And Batman kills more people on the way to the rescue than the villains do. But it's okay because they do their thing with a lot of talent and money and attention. We did ours. It was just different. We
not
were
using
the
actors
bright
anymore.
night, the fun ones. Say it again.
Well, they're not using actors anymore. They're using these big padded suits. I mean, how can you act in a great big thing that moves like Tom, what's his name there?
Well, yes, Julie, the big difference. Of course, it would
I
be
mean,
the
you didn't
nipples.
have any padding. This is the real thing.
Julie, it's just pure West.
Sir, right over here.
You know, I'm 48 years old and I'm almost brought to tears seeing my icons here. I really am. I don't have any questions, but I just want to say thank you. Because first, Miss Newmar, you are the first and the only Catwoman. I was 6 years old when I first started watching Batman, and to hell with Princess Leia. You were my crush. You were my crush. Burt, I tell you, when I was 6 years old, the first superhero I wanted to be was Robin. And the very first action figure I had was a Robin. It was a Robin action figure.
Thank you.
And then, Adam, what you brought to that character, you taught, I think, a whole generation a couple of lessons. You don't ever leave your chum behind, And no matter how difficult it is, you stood up for what was right. That was what you brought as an actor.
Well, thank you so much.
Adam, because of you and because of the lessons that you taught me, I wanted to be a superhero. And the closest thing that I could do was to join the Marines. And I joined the Marines for 10 years. Your lessons as a 5-year-old kid inspired me to do that. So, I don't know what you think is your greatest achievement ever, but I know that there's a hell of a lot more people like me on this world. And if you want to think about what your greatest achievement is in your life, this is your greatest achievement.
Thank you, sir. I really am touched by what you said. I get so many letters indicating some of the same things, and you verbalized this so beautifully, and you're going to make me weep, so get out of here.
Alright, well, to change the tone, Miss Newmar, I did dress up as Catwoman one time.
Let's get married.
Hey, we have a little Robin at this side of the room.
Hi, my name is Jacob Brinkman, and I was wondering, you used a lot of vehicles on set, but what was your favorite type of bat vehicle when you were filming?
The favorite, the bat?
Yeah, Bat vehicle.
Like the bat?
Well, I liked the bat boat because it gave Burt and myself a chance to get out in the open ocean and just breathe fresh air and run around and look at the sharks. And the bat copter was, or the bat, the one with the sidecar, the bat cycle. It was wonderful because I got rid of Burt. Burt, do you want to tell him what happened when you went in the ocean? Right off the pier, and they had to pull you out because I pushed the wrong button?
And I think the cape got caught in the back of the seat that couldn't, I was nearly strangled trying to get loose from the cape. No, we had a lot of fun with our vehicles, and I like like the Batcopter because I had a chance to hang upside down from the bat rope and hand you the anti-shark off bat spray. And you were beating off a shark that was on your leg.
Yes, a rubber shark. But you knew that, didn't you?
I got to fly in the Batcopter with you, Adam, and your knuckles were white.
Yes, I do.
Canada?
And we went, didn't we go to Mexico? And then after that, no.
Sir, stand up here, give us a question.
My name's Dave, I'm from LA, and I wanted to become an actor during college. Any advice to get me started?
Yeah, quit. No, I don't want the competition. It's very difficult, but you have to have a lot of desire and drive and be willing to kill others.
No, I think what you need to do is study, because, you know, it's hard to get a break, and when you do get a chance, you really got to perform. You can't, like, no second takes type of thing. So I would say, and what I did is that I studied professionally, and I went to UCLA, I studied there, and when I got a chance, then, you know, you got to go for it. You just give it everything and take your chance, and it works, but you got to be prepared, because you're likely to get very few chances. You got to make the most of it.
If you're studying, just keep doing scenes and improvs. Mm-hmm.
Become a producer and hire yourself.
Burt, how was it 700 kids, 800 kids tried out for Robin?
No, 1,100 young actors tried out for the part.
You're a black belt, aren't you?
Yes, yeah, but it was, you know, the thing was, is that it was kind of interesting for me, because when I was selected, and I was thrilled, I got to screen test with Adam, and that probably made me look better on camera, but when I got selected for the role, they said to me, they said, you know, Burt, the reason why we selected you from 1,100 other actors is because, in our opinion, if there really was a Robin, that you personally would be it. And that, therefore, what we want you to do is simply be yourself and be very enthusiastic. And that's really all I did. Had a great time. And working with Adam and Julie, and you know, how could you, I mean, this is the greatest Batman in the world. This is the real one.
Thank you, Burt. You know, I knew within 1 minute when Burt and I did the screen test that he would be the one selected because of his enthusiasm, his excitement with the role, the way he approached the character, his athleticism, and the fact that he listened to me. No, he was terrific in the test, and you know, the chemistry was right. And it worked
Great
out.
chemistry. And you did some incredible fight scenes. I've been watching some. I remember the one when the chair, you threw it and it broke over. No, it didn't. It didn't break over the other guy's head. It broke in mid-air. You were good. You were good.
Hey, just a quick note. Is there a Josh Kirby in the crowd today? Josh, is someone called Josh Kirby here standing up? No? Okay. Where's Josh? Josh, make your way to the front for me if you could. We'll keep taking some questions here. Over to this side.
Hi, I just want to say thank you for being here. It's an honor to be in front of true cultural icons. It's a thrill. And I traveled all the way from Walla Walla so that I could bring hometown greetings to you, Mr. West. You're so lovely there, and it's just a thrill to see you. And I'll buy you some wine.
Walla Walla, Walla.
There you go.
Oh yes. You know, we used to have nothing but wheat there and apples and convicts. It's changed. Now it's all wine and maybe a few convicts. But our favorite sport was standing outside with a rifle, and when a convict would escape from the prison. Walla Walla is a wonderful place. Delightful. delighted that you came up to say hello.
It's a thrill. Thank you so much for all you do.
Awesome, thank you. We found Josh. Is there Catherine here that's with him? Is she out here too? Make your way up to the front as well for me, please, if you could. Sir, go ahead.
Yes.
I got a surprise for you, Adam. You're going to love this.
I'd like to ask Mr. West, prior to Batman, you were in a lot of dramatic roles, like with James Best, and I was wondering, do you feel that being in a campy show like Batman kind of restricted the roles that you were in afterwards?
Well, you know, for a while, it was difficult after Batman, because it hit so huge. And, you know, when you're identified with a role as, I guess you'd say, colorful and definitive as Batman, it's kind of tough to get other work. So I did plays and other things and struggled for about 5 years. I finally sobered up, got off the beach, but the thing is, it was difficult. And however, when we have people like yourselves, so many of you, showing up at these wonderful gatherings, we're so grateful that it doesn't matter, because what we did has gotten such a warm and loving response from you people. Thank you.
All right, where's Josh? This gentleman came to me yesterday and said that he had a question, but he had to act it out. He couldn't really articulate it on the microphone. So where's Josh? Ah, here he is. I'm going to turn my mic over to you, Adam. This is right up your alley. You're gonna.
Andrew, who are these people?
All right, I'm going to give you
Nice to see Josh. What are you going to have in your holster? Or you want the shadow?
Josh, let me give you this mic.
This has never happened, Andrew.
I am actually.
I may get fired after this.
Are we safe up here? Oh, there's a baby.
He was frisked. This is my lovely girlfriend, Kat, that I've been with for nearly 3 years. And our beautiful son, Jack Kirby, right here.
Well, Josh.
And I've been spending all this time and going out of my way to, I'm in a room full of heroes. I'm with my heroes. And this woman means more than anything to me. Oh my gosh. This is the worst.
And she said yes.
This is a first. I mean, this is stunning. And you've already had a baby. It's great. Now, as an ordained minister, as a high priest, I could possibly marry you right now. This is wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. You bet, Josh. I've realized his kids and this woman means everything to me, and I'm happy I get to share it with all of you heroes.
Congratulations. So, as I mentioned, guys, we're here, this game, the Bat game here, not Josh and Catherine. We're going to go do a photo op. You can have your picture taken with Adam and Burt, with Adam, with the three of them, with Burt. And then from there, we're going to sign some autographs. But now you have to make the most noise ever for the cast of the 1966 Bat game.
Oh, they turned it off. I want to tell you why I'm here at all, why I even am in front of you, why I played Catwoman, why I have this lovely opportunity to be with you beautiful people. It is because of my brother John. You see, he's smarter than I am. He happens to be a Harvard PhD, but you'll forgive him. What are you a PhD in?
Social psychology.
Anyway, he was the one who said, if you don't do this part, I'm leaving town. So, anyways, thank you very, 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 very much.
Yes, right here.